What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Canvas Conversations, brought to you by FloCombat. We've got another great episode for you guys today. We've got another competitor from season 27 of The Ultimate Fighter in Dulani Perry, who's in the featherweight division there, fighting for Team Stipe. He's yet to fight, but man, this guy is a character. He's from Houston, Texas, fighting out at the Paradigm Training Center. So being a local guy, it was really fun to get to talk with him and speak with him. Like I said, the guy's a character. He's full of confidence, and he sells himself well. It's all about creating a brand and promoting himself and just trying to make it to the next level and do so fashionably. So it'll be exciting to see what happens throughout the season for him. So we'll go ahead and kick things off with the fight god, Dulani Perry, and I'll talk to you guys afterwards. All right, guys, we're back with another competitor in the current season of Tough 27, fighting in the featherweight division on Team Stipe. It's the fight god, Dulani Perry. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, enjoying life. Grateful for everything.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. I see you got your Team Paradigm shirt on. I like it.
Now, actually, this is my shirt.
Oh, okay.
Karate Dulani, the fight god.
That's
Jesus
sick.
on the cross being resurrected. I'm the god of this. I just got Paradigm on my sleeve. That's my team.
Yeah.
A few of my sponsors.
I love it, man. I love it.
Everybody wants a piece of me.
So what did you think about last night's episode, the third fight of the season between Luis and Jose?
It was an amazing fight. Both of those guys are good fighters. They're strong fighters, but Luis got the better of Jose, and he showed that he was a better, well-rounded fighter than Jose. But it was an amazing fight. Nothing against Jose either. Jose went in there, fought his heart out. He did all he can. It's just that, when you get in there, two guys get in the cage, one guy's going to be the better guy, and Luis was the better guy last night.
Yeah, I thought it was a great fight, man. Just back and forth, a great pace by both guys.
Yes, sir.
One of the better fights of the season so far. The first two I felt like were just kind of quick and then a real chess match, and this one was like an actual war, an actual battle.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. This was the first fight that really set things off. A lot of us thought that it was going to be the best fight of the season, but your guys got a lot more fights to see, so I can't tell you everything. There's going to be some good fights though, and yeah, man. Shout out to both those guys. Shout out to everybody that's in the house, all 16 fighters, or 15 fighters plus me. Nothing but love and respect to everybody. 16 guys chasing the same dream. Only two guys can win it though, so we're gonna see who it is.
So did you meet or become friends with some of the guys you got to meet there? I mean, you guys are all chasing the same dream. I feel like that common ground has to make for some friendships as well, though.
Oh yeah, I made friends with all 15 of the other fighters in the house. We all made friends with one another. We had little arguments and stuff here and there. As you can see, last night me and Jose got into a little heated argument, but we deaded the beef after we argued because we got bigger things on the table. We made it really far. We bust our ass. We worked really hard to get where we at to make it in this house and just be on that road to success. So we don't want to fuck that up. And me and him fighting could have fucked that opportunity up. So yeah, we deaded the beef, and yeah, everybody in the house made friends. They put us in a bit of a situation, putting 16 fighters in the house, taking our phones away. No books, no music, things like that. So it's real stressful. You can't contact your family, your friends, or nothing like that. But who cares? The biggest thing for all of us is that we all want to maximize our potential in this business of mixed martial arts. So that's what we put all our energy towards when we was in the house. And yeah, it was a lot of good energy. Arguments here and there, heated. We know that's gonna happen though. But overall, though, everybody we all learned from one another. We all took in each other's energy, and we all got better from one another.
Amazing, man. So going into all this, the tryouts and the selection process, what was that like for you, and how long was it after that you found out that you were going to be on the show?
I knew I was going to be in as soon as I stepped in the building. There's no way I can ever walk in anybody's building and not be accepted in anything. Like, I'm always going to be the guy that know how to shine no matter what the situation is. You can put me around anybody. So as soon as I walked in the building, I was the guy that had all the energy. I walked in there with two girls. You know what I'm saying? I had my big chains and stuff on. I had the good clothes on. You know, I'm the image. I'm the image of the sport, and I'm talented. So it's like I knew that no matter what the situation was, when I walked in that building, before I even went in there, I knew that I was gonna make it, and I made it. They couldn't leave me out. There's no way you can ever leave me out of anything. I mean, I'm Karate Dulani, the fight god. I make it look good. I'm the one with the swag. I'm the one with the money. I'm the one with the style. I'm the one with the charisma. Nobody walks like me. Nobody talks like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just different. You ain't never gonna get this again. I'm one of one. None before this, none to come. Like, that's me.
So you were just mentioning kind of some of that stuff. I mean, most fighters, they're usually just scraping by, but you're living cozy, man. I see you at those cool parties, pool parties, and taking those cool trips and stuff like that. I mean, how do you afford that type of lifestyle as a fighter?
Sponsorships. I mean, you gotta get sponsors. You gotta make people believe in you. You gotta sell people the dream. You know, you gotta know how to market yourself. So much of these fighters, they're fighting, but they don't know how to market themselves. So they'll be broke forever, and they're like, oh, the UFC don't pay money. Fighters like Bellator don't pay money. This guy don't pay money. Glory don't pay money. It's not. Don't worry about them. You're not supposed to be dependent on them. As a man, you got to get your own money. You understand? You got the opportunity to market yourself and get out there and get sponsors. Go do it. Sell the dream. Like, it's like talking to a girl. You want a woman to talk to you. You got to sell the dream. You got to make her gain interest in you. So it's the same thing in the business of fighting. You got to make people buy interest in you, but you have to show them that you're an interesting person. You understand? So I sit home every day, all day, and figure out just ways to market myself. You know, so that's what I'm doing. I'm walking around the house, me in the UFC house. I'm walking around the house with a follow me at Instagram sign on around the house. Like, you know, people not doing that because they're not worrying about marketing themselves. They're just thinking about winning a tournament. Who cares if you're the greatest fighter? Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares. People care about how successful you are in life, and success is not really determined on how good of a fighter you are. Like, is that your legacy in life, that you just want to kick and punch better than another guy? I don't care about that. My legacy in life is to inspire and motivate others to maximize their potential in whatever it is they're doing in life. And it goes beyond fighting. I don't really care about fighting. Fighting is just something I'm good at, and I work at it because I love it. But fighting is not my legacy in life. This is just a platform to set up my legacy in life. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I do all of the good trips and all of that stuff. That's also ways to market myself to like you said. I see trips and I look good, and see, you already got interest in me. But you see, I set that up. I set the trap for you. I'm making sure everybody that looks at me likes what I do. They like the things I do. That's how I make people build interest in me. I don't do things for myself. I do things so other people can build interest in me, so that I can set the platform to do things for myself. And that's what I do.
So this lifestyle is more about branding for you. Exactly, right there. Boom. As I say it.
You can't miss it.
Right.
It's all about branding. I mean, if you're not branding what you're doing, I'm a businessman. You know? I don't care how good of a fighter you are if you're broke. If you ain't got no money, if you can't afford the things that you want in life, you got to be happy. Just because you can whip a guy's ass don't mean you're going to be happy in life. You know, if you just want to whip a guy's ass, you might as well go to the street, walk into a Walmart and start punching people in the face. I don't care about being the best fighter. I care about being the most popular fighter, the richest fighter. I want to have money. I want to buy the things I want to buy. I want to take the trips I want to take. I want to wear the clothes I want to wear. You know, I want to eventually buy the yacht I want to buy. You know what I'm saying? Buy a private jet I want to buy, so I can take the type of trips I like to take. These are the kind of things I want to do. I don't give a fuck about fighting. I fight in the gym. No, I'm just fighting to make the money. Once I wasn't really interested in fighting until I found out that you can make money fighting. You know, so that's when I made the switch from karate to mixed martial arts. Once I found out about UFC, I was like, all right, now it's time for me to start taking this serious because they're paying guys. When I was doing karate, people weren't really getting paid any money to live off of unless you opened your own gym. You know, when they said you can fight and make some money, I said, oh, this is it. Conor McGregor made $100 million. I said, all right, this is time to go now. I need my $100 million now. That's what I'm worrying about.
Of course, of course. So with a few episodes in, how do you like your portrayals so far in the season?
I love it. I mean, I'm the guy that's standing out, am I not?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you've gotten a lot of the camera time, yeah.
Exactly. Why? I set that up. I didn't go in there saying, oh, man, I hope they film me. No, I'm not hoping. I'm going in there, opening my mouth, making sure they film me. You motherfuckers can't do this show without filming me. I set that up. I made sure that the producers was going to put the camera on me everywhere I went. I made sure of that. You know, I'm going in there with the plan on what I got to do before I go to the show. what I got to do to keep the cameras on me. You know, it's a game plan. I figure it out. I think about it. I question other people. What do you guys want to see? That way, by the time I go in there, I know what to do. It's acting. You know, this shit is business. You try to go in there and be yourself. Nobody cares. Do what you got to do with the people. Like, you got to entertain the people. This is, it's as sad as it may seem, UFC is becoming like WWF. Everybody's like, you know, you want the exposure, you got to be Conor McGregor. You got to throw chairs at buses. As stupid as you think it might seem, his exposure's going through the roof right now. He gets sued. He'll lose a few dollars. He'll take some fights. He'll have a bigger image. He'll make more money. Doesn't matter.
Do you ever feel like you just want to be yourself, or do you feel like you're kind of mixing, or do you feel like you're mixing a little bit of who you are with creating this branding and this image that you want to create?
Well, it is myself, because I'm a business. So I'm doing whatever I can to maximize my potential in the business. This is me. This is myself. Myself says, get the money. Do what you got to do to get the money. You understand? I'm a hustler. I'm not, fighting is second to me. I'm a hustler. I'm here for the money. I'm not here for the, I fight. I go to the gym every day. That's cool. I'm a good fighter, but I need the money. I don't give a fuck about being the best fighter if I ain't got no money.
Well, you talk about your popularity and wanting to reach out to people. What is it like for you now to see yourself on The Ultimate Fighter on TV and, you know, getting the acclaim that you're getting right now?
It's amazing, man. I mean, you know, so many people are reaching out to me. I'm a voice for a community that mixed martial arts has never touched. You understand? So my angle is different. I'm representing young black youth all across America that hasn't been heard. I'm reaching the kids with no hope, the kids with no motivation, the kids with no idols, the kids with no father figures and things like that. These are the kids. These are the people I'm reaching. This is my goal. You know what I'm saying? So I can't talk like other people. I can't walk like other people. I got to talk and walk like the people that I'm representing so that they can feel me and so that I can be the person that they look up to, because they don't have nobody to look up to. When I was growing up, I didn't have nobody to look up to. Growing up in black communities, coming up, we don't idolize lawyers and doctors and going to school. We rap, play basketball, and with kids that look at, they idolize drug dealers and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, well, we can't do that no more. We can't idolize drug dealers. That's not cool. We can't do that. But these are the things they like. They like drug dealers because they wear the big chains and drive the nice, fancy, expensive cars and stuff like that. So I'm setting up the platform now to show them, look, you don't got to do that. You can be positive. You can stay out the way. All right, we know you like fighting or whatever. You like gang banging or whatever, but you're not going to do that. You're going to take that same energy, though. You can keep your energy, but you got to redirect your energy and do something positive. So now go to the gym. Learn how to fight. Fight for a cause now. Make some money doing it legally rather than getting in trouble and ended up going to jail, you know? So I'm here to give those kids hope. Now they see me. Oh, Dulani, he comes from the same place I came from, and now look, now he's on TV fighting in The Ultimate Fighter. You understand? I went through everything they went through. I've been kicked out of 3 high schools, 2 colleges off of fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still fighting. But now I'm doing it for a good cause. Now I'm not getting kicked out of everything. Now the whole world is looking at me now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to give these kids hope. And UFC never had that. You know, UFC, they don't have a lot of black people in this business. I've never seen no fights in Jamaica. I've never seen no cards in Africa. I've never seen no cards in Haiti. These are the people that I'm representing. So they're in my DMs all day saying, keep it up, keep it up. We're looking at you, man. You're giving us hope. You're motivating us. You're inspiring us. You know what I'm saying? I am the voice of millions of black youth in America and outside of America who really know nothing about this sport. I'm putting their attention on the sport. So I'm a very unique person in this sport. I'm not just the regular.
Yeah, very unique. I'd agree, man. So I know you're originally from New York. How did you end up in Houston, Texas?
Well, originally in 2009, I moved out here to go to school for auto collision repair at a school called UTI, Universal Technical Institute. And that's kind of where I made my transition to go from karate to mixed martial arts. And I found a Gracie Baja school out here, and I got really into it. And I moved back 2010. I moved back home because I got homesick, but I did have an amateur fight out here before I moved. I knocked the guy out, and I made a decision that mixed martial arts was going to be for me. But I got homesick, so I went back to New York, thinking that I was going to do mixed martial arts in New York City, and then found out that mixed martial arts out there is illegal. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I trained out there for 2 years, Henzo Gracie Academy, and in 2012 I moved back to Houston, Texas, to pursue my mixed martial arts career. And look at me now. I mean, undefeated fighter, never been beat. You know, fighting for the ultimate fighter. It's a dream that you would never think come true, but with hard work, anything can come true. You know, and nobody's better than nobody. You look at the Conor McGregors or even boxing, look at Mayweather or whoever you idolize, Mike Tyson. These guys are not better than nobody. They don't have no skills that nobody else has. They're just guys that bust their ass, get up every morning, work hard. So, you know, I'm here to do the same thing. I'm just working hard. But unlike the Mike Tysons and the Floyd Mayweathers, you know, those are boxers. We got a lot of black boxers, but you know, in MMA, we don't really have too many black mixed martial arts fighters that are representing the inner communities, the Section 8 living people. We don't have that. You know, nobody's representing that crowd of people. So I'm the person. I'm the only person in mixed martial arts right now representing that crowd of people. And these are the people I'm doing it for.
Do you enjoy putting them on your back and repping them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I got to give hope to those who have no hope. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, they say there's heaven and hell. You know, heaven is eternal life, hell is eternal death. You know, we all know that we're not going to live forever physically. But if you do something so great to impact other people's lives, like tremendously, you'll live forever spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Michael Jackson or Muhammad Ali or something like that, or Elvis Presley or something like that, these guys are dead and they'll be dead forever. But their spirits live on forever spiritually. People talk about these people forever. So that's what I'm doing to make people, you know what I'm saying, just to put my name in heaven so that when I'm dead and gone, my legacy travels forever. People will never forget me, you know? I worry more about carrying people, motivating, inspiring other people more than I just worry about myself. So that's what I'm basing my legacy on. And, you know, that's not what I want to do. It's what I'm doing. Every day I do it. You know, my DMs are filled. Like, if you pay attention to Ultimate Fight, I have the most followers on Instagram. I have the most friends on Facebook. I have the most shared videos on Facebook. I have the most YouTube videos with the most views. I have the most of everything when you compare me to any of the fighters in the house. Nobody in the house has more anything than, oh, no. One kid, Richie Smullen, that fights for Conor McGregor, he has more followers on Instagram than me, but that's it. In every other aspect, I have more people paying attention to me than anybody in the house because I'm a marketing extraordinaire. Like, this is what I'm great at. So I plan to keep just doing my thing and just repping for my people.
Obviously, it must be like a dream come true for you to be on Tough with all those guys and training with guys like Stipe and DC and being around Kane and all them. What was your favorite part about the entire experience?
Well, actually, I don't idolize nobody. I idolize myself because, like I just told you, you know, ain't nobody better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? Everything stems from hard work. If you work hard, you can become whatever you want to become in life. So I never idolize these people thinking that they're better than me. You know, people that idolize other people, I feel like they have low self-esteem and have low self-confidence. You know, why are you idolizing? Why do you feel like when you meet this guy, oh, I need an autograph? Why? He's not better than you. That guy bleeds like you. He breathes like you. He's gonna die the same like you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really get into that. I'm just like, I seen some guys, they work hard. Okay, whatever. I work hard too. Now the experience is pretty cool that you see these guys and you know that they're at the top of the food chain in the mixed martial arts game like you want to be. You know, they made it a little further than me. So that's pretty cool, you know, to see these guys. And, oh, yeah, you did good, man. You're a good guy. See you working hard. You're doing your thing. A lot of success to you. But I know with my hard work, a lot of success is coming to me as well. So it's like, whatever. And I still feel like these people lack so many things in so many different areas that I don't lack. I really believe like none of them have swag like me. None of them, they just don't have it. Like, and what are they doing it for? Who are they representing? What is their goal? Is it just to be the best fighter? Is that the only goal? How are they changing the world? This is what I want to know. When you look at a lot of these fighters, what are they doing to change the world? I don't give a fuck about being the best fighter if nothing comes after that. Like, with me, I have to change the world. I have to better the circumstances for me and all of my people. That's what I have to do. Fighting is this small to me. Like, I can care less about fighting. It's just something I work hard at, to become good at, to set up a platform so the world can look at me, so I can spread my message and put in my work to change the world. you know, and that's what I want to do, and I'm doing it. Like, I'm on TV every day, like, with the same energy that all of my people want to see. My people don't want to see quiet people. They want to see the arguing and stuff like that. So if that's what I got to do to get their attention, if I got to fake some arguments to get their attention, to then give them the message that I want to give them, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be tricky with these kids now because, you know, they're real brainwashed and hypnotized. So it's not as easy as just, you know, you got a lot of people that call themselves leaders and stuff like that. But if you got like a preacher or something, these kids don't want to hear no preacher. That's not who they idolize. You got to give them something that they love, something that they have passion for, something that they idolize to gain their attention, to then give them the message. You understand? So if that preacher's not wearing a Rolex or driving around in a $100,000 car, they're not going to listen to him. You know what they're going to do? They're going to come and they're going to listen to me because I got everything they want to see. I dress like them. I talk like them. I walk like them. And now I can get their attention and redirect the energy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on TV right now, being the guy that they like to see, being the guy that they want to be. You know, but then I'm gonna give the message and say, hey, no, don't do it like that. Do it like this. You know, I got the hood energy, but I'm doing something positive. I mean, I'm on the Ultimate Fighter. That's completely positive. You know, but I gotta make the show entertaining, like as if you was watching a Love and Hip Hop or something. You know, kids watch that show because they want to see the arguing, they want to see the crazy shit going on, the fighting in the house, and that's what you look at when you see like a Jersey Shore or something. These are the shows with the top ratings. So I'm going to give them that energy, but I'm going to show them that you can get the money the same way out of the Ultimate Fighter because nobody believes that there's money in mixed martial arts. All of the fighters complain and say there's no money. The only guy that we've seen that make any real money in mixed martial arts is Conor McGregor. He's the only guy that made any real money. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not talking about no $3 million, $4 million. You can spend that in a day. I mean, we're talking about some money that you can really hold and pass down generation to generation. This is what people want to make. So I'm trying to show people that we can do that. And to be honest, I don't even feel I need UFC to do that. I mean, UFC is a good platform, but I can do that with any platform because I have faith in myself. I know how to market myself. You know, these guys they're not like me, bro. I'm a businessman.
Well, one thing I know they can't do like you, bro, is ride that bike, bro. How did you learn? When did you learn to do that stuff, the street bike stuff? That is legit, bro.
I've been riding bikes since I was like 15 years old. I got my first dirt bike, and that's like New York culture. You know, we take dirt bikes and we ride them on the streets because in New York we don't have no dirt parks, nothing like that. You know, growing up, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm saying. I'm representing the people I'm representing because we don't have nothing where I'm from. You know, we see guys on TV doing motocross and they're jumping hills and stuff. We wish we could do stuff like that, but we don't have no trail parks or nothing like that. We don't have that. So we get dirt bikes and we ride them on the streets and shit coming up. We have to run from cops and stuff like that. It's pretty wild.
Wow.
You know, because they're illegal, but we have to do what we got to do. But yeah, I'm real good at doing wheelies. I'm one of the best stunt artists in the world. I got my crew called the Bike Stars, you know, and my fight team is called the Fight Stars. But yeah, man, I love motorcycles. I love dirt bikes. I'm multi-talented. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Fighting is one thing of many, bro. I got hundreds of talents, and I'm good at all of them. Like, fighting is just a platform I'm working on right now.
I love it.
I'm gonna open the doors to so many other things. The world gonna see. Everybody's gonna keep watching us. So I'm not gonna say, hey, watch me, because y'all don't have a choice. I'm gonna set the trap. I'm gonna make people watch me. I'm gonna make people follow me, and nobody's ever gonna unfollow me, because I'm the fucking man. Karate Dulani, the fight god. I mean, what's more controversial than a guy calling himself the fight god?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's a compelling nickname, man. It's gotta, you know, spike the interest of a lot of fighters you match up against. I feel like, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, Dulani, I've been doing all these with all these tough guys. I've been doing a trivia challenge, so I know you're up for challenges. So if you'd like, I'll ask you some questions. Put 30 seconds on the clock and just get through as many as you can.
Okay.
All right, man. Let me get this timer started for you. Are you good at trivia? You feeling confident?
Not really, because I don't pay attention to too much.
No, you're right along with all the other guys that didn't feel confident either, so you're all good. All right, man. Whenever you're ready, I'll fire away.
Let's go.
All right. Name the first tough winner that also won a UFC title.
I don't pay attention to UFC fighters.
Okay. Who won the first Ultimate Fighter at lightweight?
I don't pay attention to UFC fighters. I pay
First,
attention to myself.
first ever women's UFC champion?
I don't know, but I know Ronda Rousey armbarred a lot of people.
Who did TJ Dillashaw fight in his UFC debut?
I don't know, but I called him out after one of my fights.
Time. I feel like all those answers were better than the regular answer anyways. That was great. Yeah, and you did get Ronda. You got Ronda right, so that was correct.
Right.
Oh, man, that was good. That was great, brother. You killed it, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, I know with all the previews and everything coming up and with what everybody's been telling me, it seems like this season's just going to be heating up. But I'm curious, so what do you think about it? Is it going to be heating up?
Oh, I keep it hot. I keep it heated. Everybody else is boring. Don't watch it hot. Watch me. I keep it heated all the time. You know what I'm saying? That house wouldn't have had no energy if it wasn't for me. Everything would have been cool, calm, collective if it wasn't for me. I'm the guy that fucking sparks the interest in the house. I mean, I'm Dulani the Fight God. Follow me on Instagram at FightGod_. Don't miss it. At FightGod_. Follow me now. I'm the man, whipping ass, getting cash, snatching necks, cashing checks. You know me, things I like to do.
All right, Dulani, I appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure. Hey, before I let you go, if you want to shout out any of your sponsors or thank anybody, man, the floor is yours, brother.
I want to shout out Rolex and Johnny Dang, man. It's about 40,000 on my neck. Get some money. Stop being bummy.
Oh, man. These are one of your sponsors? That's one of your sponsors, Rolex, hooking you up like that?
Rolex not my sponsor, but I don't care. It look good, don't it?
Yeah, you're right. It does look good. Sponsor or not, it looks great.
8-carat gold, big diamonds on the bezel. You know, Johnny Dang, good jewelry, good diamonds. Oh yeah, this how old come when you buy.
Flossing. It hurt my eyes, bro.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate the time again, man. Can't wait to see how it all turns out for you, brother.
All right, bro.
Take care, man. Thank you. All right, so there he is, the fight god, Dulani Perry. Like I said, super confident guy, knows what he wants, knows where he's going, seems like he's got a plan, and like the branding thing is really his thing. So it'll be interesting to see what he gets into and how things go for him within the season of Tough and even afterwards. So moving on, we also, like I said, we also have Jose "Shorty" Torres on the show. And it was great to catch up with him. It's been a while since we've talked. We've talked several times before, but it's always good to talk with Shorty. He's always got cool stuff going on. He's very active in not only his own community, but the martial arts community. So he's always got fun stuff going on, and it's always a good time to catch up with him and chat. So we'll go ahead and move along to Jose "Shorty" Torres, and I'll speak with you guys after that. All right, guys, back with our next guest, who is no stranger to the show. You know him as the reigning Titan FC flyweight and bantamweight champion. It's Jose "Shorty" Torres. What's going on, brother? Long time no talk, man.
Yeah, it's been a good while. I missed you. Everything's been good. The only flaw is I'm in MMA limbo. I'm still waiting for a fight.
Dude, seriously. So I was kind of waiting for the news, the fight news, to have you back on, and I just keep waiting and waiting and then waiting. So I finally was like, okay, I gotta get an update. I gotta hear what's going on. I mean, you're on Ariel's show, you know, you got that another highlight, you know, finish for you. I just don't understand. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, ever since Ariel's show and my last fight, you know, I've just been waiting. You know, I was getting ready just in case to stay ready. I know they've, you know, called me for last minute stuff, so I'm like, all right, let's be prepared as much as possible. And sadly, while cutting weight and just, again, trying to stay low, I ended up falling into practice. Like I tried to grab me, it was coming. I ended up spraining my AC joint, and even though I wanted to keep on practicing, the doctor told me, hey, man, you're out for at least a month and a half. Now I'm back in American Top Team, really trying my best to figure out any of the negotiations, whether it be this promotion, that promotion, any promotion that's willing to sign me. And you know, as tight as you can tell, you sign me, I'm more than happy to help the promotion as much as possible. I go above and beyond, promote as much as possible. I do so much. It's really trying to not just find a fight, but in a sense, find a job. I'm winning the fight. No one right now is willing to pay me.
So, do you have a contract with Titan FC, or how does that situation work if you're shopping around?
So right now, I'm actually a free agent. Even though I am Titan FC flyweight and bantamweight champ, I won the belt last year, or excuse me, 2 years ago in August. Technically, it's only a year contract club. I've been technically free agent for a while.
Well, I saw you recently did the commentary for them, the live commentary for the fight for, I think that was Titan FC 49, right?
Yeah, so Kamaru Usman was out. He was being Mr. Popular, Mr. Dang UFC, which I'm not that, but he was all around like a wave. And a play-by-play commentator today, so something I've always wanted to do. I went for Brady. I was guest commentator at Titan. I know the way around the ring. Come on, help me out. He goes, yeah, let's try it out. I pretty much did a lot better than what anyone expected, which I'm very happy about. And, maybe I get another opportunity in the future, whether it be for Titan or the promotion. That's something that, again, I'm not trying to be just a fighter. I want somebody who knows how to talk, somebody who can be a sports analyst, somebody who can do this, do that, and not just 100% fighting.
Well, that's my point is that, you do something awesome for them like that. I imagine they'd want to have you back. So if the UFC doesn't come a-calling, I mean, I feel like they'd really love to have you back. Are you leaning towards them?
Their next card for Titan FC is June 29th. It's Titan FC's biggest card. It is Titan FC 50th anniversary card. So for me, it's like, I love Titan FC. They've done everything they, can do for me. I've accomplished everything possible, something that's, accomplished before, and I keep on doing it and doing it. But now every single fight I'm taking is a risk. There's no win-win. Honestly, it's like the next fight I take, if it is June 29th, is I have to fight Jason Suarez and challenge for 145-pound championship, because there's nothing else that's worth it. Every other guy is coming up to face me. I'm in a pivotal position where if I lose, it brings me back 2-3 fights. There goes my hype, and there goes my possible whatever contract. So for me, if I do lose, if there is that kryptonite in my game, I'd rather it be against the champion. And right now, Jason Suarez is the next champion next to me.
I like it. Well, congratulations on that last win, man. Like we said, we haven't talked since then, but I saw you were at a school with a bunch of kids showing them that win, and they reacted pretty awesome to that. I love their reaction. Tell me a little bit about that, and why were you there? How did that all work out?
Yeah, so every time I go home, I was home in Chicago for about 2.5 weeks. Every time I go home, I tell the schools, I tell anyone, hey, if you need any volunteer work, you need help, you want me to speak to kids, anything, I'm there. So I literally try to spend my time between sponsors, family, friends, and just any way I can help the community. I do a lot of volunteer work for people who don't know my background. And I went to Bourne Park Elementary in Cicero, Illinois, and it was career day. So I spent the whole day there from, I think it was 8:30 in the morning all the way to maybe 2:30. I had about 7 classes. So every single class I came in, I had to re-say everything that I pretty much put out there. And every single class had a different to whatever knockout. Some people like to choke more against Gleason because of all the blood. Some people like the knockout better. So it was really cool, and gives the kids a little different of a different take. A lot of those kids want to be professional athletes, and I'm telling them, hey guys, even though this is my sport, let me explain to you the science of my sport. My degree is sports and exercise science. Let me show you how my degree helps me so much better in my sport instead of just winging it. Or what if I fall down the stairs and I get hurt and I can't fight again? What am I going to do next? So, even though a lot of those kids want to be professional, whatever players, and I'm encouraging that, just in case you have to get an education, and your education is going to help you in your game, signing contracts, negotiating, fighting the science, whatever the case may be. So it's a cool experience. The only flaw to that is every single fourth grader and higher are all taller than me. They're all tall. And sometimes if I wear their school uniform, I go by with the kids, I'm like, oh man, got to shave and that's it. Good.
You fit right in, right? That is hilarious, man. That's awesome. So I'm curious, man. I mean, I know you also, I mean, that's so cool and all, but I know you also do a portion of giving, I think it's your gear money. You give a portion of that to kids at your gym. What makes you seek out these opportunities to want to give back to the youth and to your community? Like, what is that makes you want to do that?
So again, for people who don't know, 20% of the earnings at my website, teamstory.com, all my apparel, doesn't just help me in my training camp, but 20% goes to the kids in my gym so they can travel, train, compete, pay for the gym, do whatever they need to do. It's a sense of opportunity for me. I grew up poor. I had to do different things for money that I'm not proud of, and I had to, in a sense, get by and survive. And there's a lot of things I wasn't able to do because I didn't have the funding behind it. And my parents were just busy paying bills, being, the typical Latino family, And as a first generation, I always struggled. Well, there's a bunch of kids from either other countries or first gens or just kids who, grew up in poverty where, my neighborhood is known for having low to middle class Latino families. We all have a struggle, and I see some really great, talented kids come in, and then after a month or so, they're like, oh, well, I can't come anymore because, well, my mom can't pay for it. It's like, oh, no, I get it. It's life. It sucks. I wish you could come. Well, let me figure out a way. Well, 20% of my earnings, even though it's not much, it's able to help some kids. And actually the last post, because of these T-shirts and these hats, I've been able to give $100 each to 3 students of Morton West and Morton East high school to be able to go to a wrestling training camp in the summer. I wasn't able to go when I was a kid, and besides the actual wrestling stuff, I missed a lot of cool stories and just a lot of opportunity to get out of the state. I didn't get out of the state until I was around 18, 19 years old. So for these kids to be able to travel, and even if not for wrestling or whatever the case may be, just to give them some boost of confidence and just get them to travel and make it out of the neighborhood, do something besides being the streets. I want to help out as much as possible, and that's just my whole upbringing. If it wasn't for certain people helping me out, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And that's why I always say we can, we will together. We are Team Shorty, because I 100% mean that.
Gosh, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's just crazy to me to think that they wouldn't want to have you or couldn't have you on the Chicago card that's coming up for them. Like, I don't understand.
So for me, it's from what I've heard from higher people is that it doesn't make any sense for me to be on the Chicago card, which, whatever, man, so be it. I'm just here to fight, make a living, and put on a show. And right now, and again, in Tennessee, it's a great promotion, but no one wants to fight me. And because I'm an American Top Team and Tennessee is a regional Florida promotion, I'm in a sense holding back some of the 25ers and 35ers at the gym because we all train together. There's no one's going to fight teammates right now. Maybe, we're in the UFC or Bellator for the championship. But right now, it's just, there's really no point. I'm not just holding, myself back, or the UFC's not just holding me back. It's holding a lot of my team members back too. So I'm just kind of like, I'm getting a little more frustrated, but I'm trying my best to keep, sane and stay in shape and just be ready for anything.
I didn't even think about all that. Wow. So do you think Dana White's Contender Series is an option?
From what I know, they are not going to have me in the Contender Series. I mean, Jamie Alvarez is down here. There's a bunch of other flyweights that they have already told them no as well. So I don't see, in my personal opinion, and from what I've been able to hear, I just don't see the flyweight division lasting that much longer. I mean, you look at it, Demetrius Johnson in the whole flyweight division is very talented. The only problem is the top 3-4 guys have always been the top 3-4 guys. They've just been recycled every single time because, let's say, for example, Sergio Pettis, a phenomenal prospect. They want him to win the belt. They're feeding him up there. And then he faces Cejudo, the number 2 and number 1 guy at the time, and then he gets beaten up badly. And now Cejudo's claiming he wants his rematch against Demetrius Johnson. Even though that would be a cool fight for all of us flyweights, and we would love to see Cejudo win, throwing him, and a new generation comes in, it's just not going to happen. Dude, you lost in the first round. No one wants to see that fight again. It's the same thing with Joseph Benavidez. I love the guy to death, but no one wants to see a third fight when you've already lost the first 2. So who's next? Formiga? Formiga's a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist and a great fighter, but right now not too many people know who he is. They were excited for Ben Nguyen to beat him up and, get closer to the shot. So it's one of those things that they've already just recycled the same guys. So it's becoming a boring division to the UFC and a lot of the big-time UFC fans. So, again, for me, it's just a bad place for a little guy right now.
Does away with the 125-pound division, that she'll be able to revive it?
I believe so. I mean, all my flyweight fights have been by knockout. All in the first round besides one. I always put on a show, even at 35. Someone's bloody, someone has a broken bone. Most of the time, it's me. I'm always having fun. Look at me as the Justin Gaethje of the flyweight division. I, in a sense, almost have the same style. I have the wrestling. I never use it. I take a lot more shots than I should. Take all my fights in the distance, and if I do finish the guy, is usually from coming back from a pretty bad beating. If you see Justin Gaethje succeeding after such a long and notorious career, and even when he loses, people want to see him fight again. I can't see why people won't do the same for me. You know, so I do believe I am the excitement that the flyweight division needs, but it depends if that's what the UFC wants. So if they don't want it, then so be it. I have to look for other promotions and be able to, you know, just show that I can be the best in the world no matter where it's at.
Yeah, man, I agree. Especially in that last fight, you showed a lot of that Gaethje type style, just kind of landing one and trading one to land one. It was great, man. That walking forward style, a lot of pressure.
I take one to give one, or sometimes take two or three to give one.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, yeah. So how long do you think you wait to really get into a training camp if you don't hear from the UFC? Are you targeting that Titan FC card in June?
Well, that's the thing is, you know, I've already been talking to Alexis Command saying, hey, man, if I don't get anything by June, you know, by the first week of June, I have to make a living still. You know, even though I have and multiple time defending, I'm not a rich guy, you know. So again, Titan FC is a regional promotion, and they pay me well, but not well enough to, you know, survive a whole year without fighting. You know, it's been only a few months, which I'm lucky and fortunate enough to be healthy, but I'm just waiting for the next thing. That's actually why I'm at American Top Team right now. I could be at home in Chicago, staying with my family, waiting until the June card and watch Curtis fight and have a great time. But, you know, I wanted to be training and staying ready and to show people that if you're not training, there's no staying the same. It's either getting better or getting worse. So for me, I just want to keep on getting better and help the people while I'm here. A bunch of guys had fights. They helped me when I was getting ready for my Titan FC fight. I'm more happy to get them ready for theirs.
I love it, man. I love it, bro. So, how was that experience when you were in the cage with Steve Murray? That picture I saw on Instagram is just too hilarious. What was that like all the way up there with him?
Wasn't expecting it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to keep on talking. Not even going to say anything. Not going to look up. I'm just going to keep on talking. And the funny thing about it, I can't remember the movie name, but I think it's Brendan Fraser, the guy who's in The Mummy. And he's with this hot chick, which is like the devil's daughter or something. She grants him a bunch of wishes. And he's like, oh, I want to be a big famous basketball player, whatever the case may be. So he becomes a big famous basketball player, and this reporter is like super short. She's probably like 5 feet tall. This guy's like 6'9" or whatever, Steve Maurer. And she's doing the interview, but he's just talking and sweating so much that all the sweat is dropping on her. I thought when the sweat was dropping on me, I'm just kind of like putting my eyes down, because every time I looked up, I was getting like water and sweat in my eyes. It's like, God, every time he talked, it was just spitting out. It was just the sweat coming down his face. He just lost. I'm like, oh, man. And then when I got back down after, interviewing him, I'm like wiping off my suit. Because I'm like, dude, did anybody got a towel? This dude's sweat all over me. I sweat a lot. I felt like an ant. I felt like a raindrop to ants. I was like, oh, my God, these things are huge. So it's crazy.
I love it, man. Well, Shorty, I know sponsors play a big role for you in your career. So if you'd like to shout anybody out before we get out of here, go ahead and do so, man. The floor is yours.
Man, that's a hard thing to do, because I literally have to pull up my banner and just go through all 20 of them. My sponsors definitely know who they are, and I really appreciate it. I think the biggest thing I want to say is, again, I've been able to donate while I was back in Chicago. I've been able to help a lot of people and give my time. And again, that's why I always say we can, we will together. We have some shorties. I'm not I might be in there alone, but throughout the whole path, everyone's going there with me. So I appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the fans trying to push me into Chicago. Hey, we still have a month. Fingers crossed, so be it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if not, I'll call out Darren Caldwell, Bellator. I'll call out Demetrius Johnson at UFC. I'll call out whomever, to get a contract. And I'm not afraid of anybody. It's from people with, what they see. I can hang with both weight classes, and I'm ready to just let me bang, bro. That's all I want to do. Just want to bang, bro.
I don't know how I missed that. You brought up Darren Caldwell. How was the Bellator event? I saw you out there too. What did you think of that show? Were you kind of scouting the scene and seeing if it was something you'd be into?
I definitely scouted the scene. I was actually able to talk to some of the matchmakers and just have a nice lunch with them, just introduce myself, and a couple of my friends are fighting. So it's really cool to see a local event and just everyone from Chicago again. Again, I haven't been there for 5 years in the fighting scene. So when I got there, even without the backstage pass or credentials, I'm walking with this giant like pendant that one of my sponsors made for me,
Yeah.
and I'm walking out, and I was like, they're like, "Where's your credential?" I'm like, does this work? You know, I'm holding up my pendant like I'm cool or something, and somehow everyone knew who I was. You know, even the security. Go ahead, just go. So I was cage side the whole time. I mean, I had front row seats, but I literally got up, jumped over the balcony, and just was cage side the whole time, talking to everyone. Sitting down at Rampage, met with him. Courtney Henderson, one of the photographers. All the media guys are on like this one table. I'm like shaking everyone's hand, like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" I've done interviews with everyone, and so I mean, literally, even when I got in trouble, some guy was just trying to prank me. He's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Just do you." So it was really cool, and then got to see the legend Fedor Emelianenko knock out Frank Mir, which was an awesome 48 seconds. They're like, "Oh my god!" Oh, the whole crowd is saying, say so. You couldn't even hear anything when he was coming out. Couldn't hear anything immediately after he won. And it's not as big as the United Center, but just showing the capacity and how loud it was, I mean, breathtaking. It really was a cool time. And I got to meet a lot of people, and network properly. So Bellator did treat me really well, and that was a really cool thing. And, something I would love to do is fight Darian Caldwell. I think he's, 5'10", 5'11" at 135, All-American, national champ at 149, beating one of the best wrestlers ever from Iowa, Brian Metcalf. It would be an awesome fight. My boxing versus his wrestling, we'll see where it goes from there. So, maybe that could be the next thing for me.
Compelling, man. Compelling, bro. I like it. I like it.
Oh, no.
All right, Shorty. Well, as always, man, I appreciate the time, sir. I can't wait to hear the fight news for wherever it is and with whoever it is. We'll be keeping our eyes out, brother. Thanks so much, man.
I appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself.
All right, guys. So there we have it. Jose "Shorty" Torres. Like I said, always good to talk with him. It was really funny to talk about that Steve Mowry stuff. If you guys didn't see it, there's a little picture that I'll run across during the interview, but it was hilarious. The guy Steve Mowry is huge. He's a super tall guy, heavyweight, and obviously Shorty, hence the nickname, is very short. So the dynamic of those two in the ring whenever they were doing that post-fight interview was just pretty hilarious. And then Steve Mowry lifts him up, and you'll see it, but it's just great. I love it. But yeah, it was great to talk with Shorty. I like I said, I don't understand why he's not in the UFC yet. The kid deserves a shot. The guy deserves a shot. He's earned it. He's defended both belts and done so very convincingly. So I feel like it's just a matter of time, and I feel like he really earns and deserves for his UFC debut to be in Chicago. Anyways, we'll see. Hopefully, like he says, it works out, and if not, just keep moving forward, plugging away. But I'm surprised, like I said, that there isn't just a clear-cut avenue, and even the stuff with Dana White Contender Series maybe not being an option. It's wild. I don't know what to make of it, really, to be honest, but it's inspiring to see that he just keeps plugging away, and that he's very involved in his community and just keep plugging away, like I said, keeping his head down and moving forward. So it was a great episode. I want to thank both fighters, Dulani Perry and Jose "Shorty" Torres, for stopping by and giving us a bit of their time. Shorty struggled through some technical difficulties, so special thanks for going through that, Shorty. And for all of you guys that are listening, I appreciate you guys' time, as always. Trying to get a little bit more fluid with these conversations and these intermissions and closing thoughts. So appreciate you guys' time, like I said, and give us some feedback. Be sure to check out FloCombat for all of your MMA needs and news. And if you guys want to follow Canvas Conversations, we're available all over social media platforms, and you'll be able to listen to our casts basically wherever you can listen to stuff. So also, one shout out to PG Sports, who hooked us up with this awesome hat. So go ahead and check those guys out as well. You can follow them all over social media as well at PG Sports. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll catch you next week.